survey to the employees about, you know, how we're doing, what they wanted to see, what they like, what they don't like, stuff like that. This is just the results of that. So I just wanted to share everything with you. And just kind of go over a few little things. If you look at it for some of the things that they like least about the wellness program, I highlight some things obviously on there. The third one was vending machine choices, which I've heard a lot of complaints recently even. So a lot of these things we've taken into consideration, and we are working towards trying to, you know, change things up to make sure that everybody gets to participate. They're asking for more dress down days. Now the second quarter we're going into is going to be every other Friday. So everything seems to be going well so far. We're charging $1 to do it. We're up to $256. The number one thing I hear from everybody is, where's the money going? Or they want to know where the money going, and then they're going to decide whether they want to participate or not. So I hear that a lot. Gardening, we have actually.
Tell my Christmas club.
It's not to buy Jamie a new.
Well, what they want to do is they want to pick and choose what charity they are going to donate towards.
Yeah.
So they want to know the charity ahead of time and then decide whether they're going to dress down or not.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we want to continue to charge the $1 because I think that's fair.
Holds them accountable, yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. We have a gardening one coming up. I don't have that. They're asking for gardening. We actually have that coming up. They're asking for chair massages again. We have that coming up. They like the team building exercises, the healthy recipes, stuff like that. So we're working on it. We just finished the coloring contest. We had 29 entries, and Dan Wright picked the winners today. So we have the first place is Jen Whitman, second place is Erin Moyer, and third place is Heather Wenrick for that. So we'll announce that later.
Just a question. So do we need to have a charity for the money to go to?
Well, what else are...
That's what I explained.
Could we go back into the wellness?
That's what I...
We can.
Well, because then you have employees deciding what it will be used for wellness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if people have issues with, because I have issues with going outside the county for charities that, you know, for all our employees that the taxpayers are paying in Lebanon County. So all that goes away if people are going to sit it out because they're not going to give $1 because it's going to wherever. I think that's kind of petty, but if that's where people are, if that's the number one thing is where's the money going, it's going back into wellness for our fellow employees and for other events.
That's what I actually was hoping
I'm just asking
to do with it. Because
wellness or cafeteria.
I know,
For $1,
if that's the number one thing on people's minds, that's a shame, but.
I
It is,
get
unfortunately
probably
it is.
2 or 3 emails a week asking
Oh my gosh.
about that.
Department heads have emailed us saying that their employees are choosing not to participate because they don't know where their money is going and they want to determine what charity they're you know,
That's
financially assisting. So we are there, unfortunately.
Philanthropists of tomorrow.
But I mean, I've talked to the department heads too, and unfortunately, everything, the dress code and everything, everybody's been abiding and well with it,
good,
and they
good.
haven't been pushing their limits at this point. So we have a mental health lunch and learn coming up on the 18th of this month. We have chair massages. We have a master gardener coming in from Penn State Extension that's going to do the benefits of houseplants in the office, and everybody's going to be able to make a little plant. We have a CPR class coming up on the 14th. That's from 5 to 8. That's going to be an after-hours thing. And then we have the pet therapy, where the telecommunicators already got to experience that. We took a dog down to them, and they got to have that. So we have that going up to the offices that can't come to lunch and learns and stuff, so they can participate. So that's just an FYI. Okay, on to the real.
You got 10 minutes. Just kidding.
No pressure. Okay, so I've been working on this for a very long time, as you're aware, and finally have all my estimates back. So if you open up the first one, we have the vending company. We have spoken to many times with Rick from Mellow Vending, and he is willing to bring all new machines in here to us, and they would be all glass fronts. They would be installed in one day. We would have a 3-year contract with them that we would have to give them, or he would have to give us a 60 to 90 day notice to discontinue service. The drink machines will hold up to 50 drinks. There will be water, milk, juice, tea, soda. They'll be $1 to $1.60, and we will have commission on everything. Coffee machines will be similar to what we have now. Lunch machine will have fresh salads, sandwiches, soups, healthy snacks, and will be completely full, unlike what we have now. We also have an ice cream machine. So it's going to give like ice cream sandwiches and stuff like that. I know it's not healthy, but it's still, something.
Good for morale.
Yeah, exactly. All the machines will take credit cards, $1, $5, and $10. So there's no real reason to have a change machine because they'll give you change.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get rid of that. And then he would provide us with a new stand that will hold 4 microwaves, and then have all the condiments. That's on the next page. The wellness would actually be able to purchase coupons from them too, and we would be able to hand that out as prizes and stuff for
That's
free
cool.
things. So that's the vending, and then on to the construction of. I'm gonna pass these out too, because that's.
Nope.
Yeah. So onto the construction, we have, you'll see I got 2 estimates for most everything except for Woodmasters, and all your estimates are right behind here, and the drawings.
That's an updated wooden.
So for the countertop and the shelves, we're looking at $3,900. For the island and the seating, we're looking for $2,100. Then the galvanized door that comes down, I got 2 different options, 2 different companies, different options. So we could go with a galvanized door that's just plain. We could go with one that's powder coated. We could go with stainless steel, which is pretty expensive but will last forever. To move all the wiring and the plumbing and everything, that's going to be about $2,400. The FRP board we would be putting behind the vending machines because that whole one wall, all the tile is falling off the wall. So we would put FRP board and then just paint the top.
Fire
Make it.
rated.
It's easily washed off. And,
It's a
yeah.
fiberglass reinforced plywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really thin. It's not a fire rated thing.
So it's a fiberglass.
Yeah, it's like you see it in bathrooms. And,
Bathrooms,
so-
butcher shops, restaurant kitchens.
yeah, it's easy to clean. To build the new wall and the access door, we have, you'll see in your thing, we have 2 estimates. We have Woodland Contractors that came in at $4,100. Their estimate was actually wrong. I just got the new one about an hour ago, so that's down to $3,800. That is actually still wrong because they have in their estimate that they were taking down the wall that's existing. They're not going to do that. Maintenance is going to do that, so that'll actually come down a little bit more. Cornwall Construction, we as a backup was actually almost $1,000 more. Carpet tiles in the cafeteria, that's $2,800, and then we're asking if we can replace the refrigerator that's down there. It doesn't. Most of the shelves are missing out of it. And it's not very clean. So I have 2 options there. I have a small unit and a large unit that's kind of on our wish list. And
It does get used a lot with wellness and voter and
especially
different-
if we would do this and we would have cafes and stuff come in, they would obviously need something larger to store their food and stuff in that they're serving. I had also talked to Steve about possibly having a stove back there, again, for the cafes and stuff. He doesn't think that's feasible simply because we don't have an exhaust down there that's working, so he thought maybe just a griddle or burners or something we could put down there to use
I'm a
for
little leery of
cafes.
that.
Better check the
Yeah.
code.
So.
Microwave.
The city probably won't allow that.
Microwaves have been setting off fire alarms before, so.
toasters.
So again, that's on the wish list. So then going back, you'll see another section that's for beautification quotes. And this is things that we want to do to brighten it up. And first of all, the most expensive item you see on here is all new furniture. We priced out new booths, new tables, new pub tables, new chairs, and everything would be matching. So I do have supporting documentation back there, but don't look at the colors because we can pick out whatever we want. They will upholster them and ship them right to us, and then maintenance would put them all together and put them out. Joe Morales actually did this, and he did some, I mean, the stuff's beautiful. And then the light fixtures, we wanted to change the light fixtures just to make it more of a calming, little, relaxing atmosphere. So the lights that were there are gonna stay there, we're just changing the bulbs and the lenses. And that quote is also in there. 60-inch TV, Bob Dowd already gave us. The wall mount we would have to purchase, and the cable TV and all that would be run by Bob, which costs us about $12 a month. And then finally, paint. We were gonna paint it. We're gonna paint it like a wine color on the one wall, and then we're gonna do gray and just give it just a whole new facelift.
What percentage of the employees of the county are in this building? About.
The percentage of the employees.
What was that, Michelle?
At least 60% of the employees.
I'm
Don't you
only
think?
asking because I don't want the others to feel like they're left out of
Well, we
this.
talked about that, and they, not all of them, but a lot of them are here for different
Court and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I see some of those have nice places, nicer than here already.
Yeah.
So that's not maybe an issue, but I just wanted to.
They do.
I think
Yeah.
all employees at one point or another are here for some reason and
Yeah.
would utilize it.
Okay, I just didn't want to.
The public utilizes it too.
Mhm.
Right.
The
Just
prison
same.
guards probably are the exception, or, what would you say, Renova Center?
Oh,
Yeah.
Renova, yeah. Oh, the COs, yeah.
But if
probably.
anybody else needed a machine upgrade, I wonder if
They actually all have really nice
That mellow
newer-
vending is already, I think, in the prison. I think they have some vending machines in there.
right, I don't want to.
Or is it MHID?
I think it's
Is it? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. The only other thing we have are the charging stations. As much as I would love to have the charging stations in the center island, it's not feasible. There's no way of bringing the wires down from the ceiling or through the floor. So we came up with a option from like a wiring, charging station that we can put on the booths, and Steve would find a way to mount it that they would stay there. So at least we would have options there that they
It's
can
much
charge their
better,
phones.
then you can get them out of the hallway when, some people just sit in the hallway.
Yeah.
and
They
it.
do.
'Cause
You-
these
and
two, you
refer them
can-
downstairs, that's good.
They have USB ports and they have plugs,
Good.
so you could do laptops or,
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, that's good.
It's obvious
So-
you've put a lot of work into this.
I
Thank you
did.
very much.
Um,
What is the total price tag, and what is a projected time frame for implementation?
I think the time frame, everything would fall in place fairly quickly. Everybody that has a quote in to me is ready to go as soon as they get a phone call, so I think that would be pretty quick. First thing to do would the walls come down and the vending machines go in, and then the countertop and the center island would get built and put in place. So I'm gonna say maybe completion in a month.
The whole thing in 1 month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's my estimate. And as far as price is concerned, we're probably looking at, let's say, 25 to 28,000 all total.
25,000?
25 to 28,000.
What do you need from us today?
Yes or no?
Where's the money coming from?
But was your proposal to have the dollars go into this fund to help pay for it? Or when you said wellness committee, this isn't part of the wellness?
This is
Well,
part
I
of.
mean, you said better food, fresher food, that's why I
Mhm.
was wondering.
No.
No, we don't want the employees to
No,
pay for the
okay.
No,
cafeteria.
no, that would be towards the,
I was
Well-
just trying to understand where it was going.
just towards the, what do you wanna call them? I don't wanna say just the lunch, but everything that the wellness committee
Yeah,
provides.
your programs,
Yeah,
yes.
the programs.
Yeah, because I mean, this would initiate, we want to bring in the
Right.
cafes and stuff and give healthier choices to people and I mean, we're having, especially with Goodman's that's in there
Jamie,
now,
will
we're
we have
having
to
a
take
lot of
action
issues.
at a public meeting to approve this expenditure?
I probably would. I mean, just in form of that list of estimates and.
Who did that?
I did,
So are there gonna be apples in it?
sure.
Okay. I mean, is that part of the fresh snacks thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Fresh
Yeah.
fruit.
We actually talked about, bringing like farmers markets and stuff in
Wow.
too, and
Okay. What's your pleasure?
No, I'm fine with it. We need to, like Jamie said, we need to.
We normally vote at the Thursday meetings and do the presentations on the Wednesday if they're extended, so.
Okay. I'm assuming that means yes.
okay. Okay, thank you.
So, we'll talk about,
Yeah.
is she doing this tomorrow or next meeting?